Well, and the next thing here, this is the ninth on our 10 things or 10 next moves to be a successful buyer in 2025 is be strategic with your home search. Now, this might sound really simple on the surface, like, yeah, duh, why would I be general about my home search? But look, you're you're making a big commitment. It's usually people's largest purchase, the biggest debt they're ever going to get into, their largest monthly payment they're going to have. And sometimes you have to make concessions. Like, oh, I might have to drive a little bit further than I want to have the right place I want. But know what you want. No, if it's the neighborhood that's more important than the quality of the house, cool, pick the neighborhood. If the quality of the house is important and it's not a neighborhood you want, fine. Get the newer home and not the one that needs some touch-up work or whatever. But understand those things going in so that when you're confronted with maybe some options, you can make a qualified choice for yourself.
Excellent advice. Excellent advice. And totally. Here's the thing, though. I'm sure you purchased a brand new car in the past. And I'm sure you thought it had all the bells and whistles. And once you drove it off the lot, another friend had the similar car, but he ended up paying a little more for the details. And you're like, dang it, if I could only go back and I would add this. It happens also with homes. One of the things I tell when people are already getting into escrow and they're doing a home inspection, I tell them, don't go in there and chatter with your agent. On the contrary, wherever the inspector's going, you're kind of going to the opposite way to familiarize yourself. What are the stuff that they're looking in this home inspection? Obviously, if they're getting under, if it's a raised foundation, you're not going under the foundation with them, but at least now you understand they're going in there. That gives you the opportunity to go, even go to the bathroom, your master bathroom, and sit on the toilet and just kind of feel yourself being there, right? As corny as it sounds, but now you're seeing things differently. You're going to the kitchen sink and you're pretending to wash dishes. You're visualizing yourself there. And then you turn back and say, is this where I'm going to spend Thanksgiving? Like, you got to really put yourself there. And I can't tell you how much that works with past clients that have done it. They're like, Will, thank you for telling me that advice. Because after I did that, I didn't feel comfortable with that purchase, and I had to find something else.
I'm so glad you mentioned that because I think this is one of those like face the music kind of things I had mentioned earlier when it came to like your debt is face the music, like be real with yourself and with your family about what are your non-negotiables and your negotiables. Yeah. If it's, we have to have a 3-bedroom house and a 4-bedroom, whatever it is, be firm about that. That's fine. But then be flexible in the things that you're willing to compensate for in order to acquire home ownership. Yeah. Not everything is a die on the hill moment when it comes to buying a house. But to your point, it's really important to kind of understand what will your life look like when I'm there? Correct. What's it look like leaving the neighborhood and coming back? When I'm leaving the neighborhood, am I thinking, man, I can't wait to come back here? Or when you leave the neighborhood, you're thinking, man, I'm glad I'm leaving this neighborhood. Like that tells you something. Like have an honest moment with yourself. And if you're married with your spouse and determine, hey, is this place really for us or not? Can we envision ourselves here for longer than 3, 5, 7 years, whatever that time frame is? Have these conversations proactively so you know when you're walking into a place, you go, oh, that's my place. No, that's the one I was looking for.
It's so true. I mean, one of my properties, I loved it. It was one of my favorite houses, the 934 Stonegate. One of the deteriorating factors of why I wanted to deterring factors why I wanted to move out was because when I would drive in, if cars were parked in the side, right, in that person's side of the street and mine over here, it was too hard to get 2 cars through there. The street wasn't feel wide enough. So I was like, this is ridiculous, And so that was one of the deterring factors of why I said, we got to move out of here. I want to go somewhere where it just felt like the street was wider. I didn't have to worry about like, oh, no, let me close to the side and you come through.
Right.
I mean, as silly as it sounds.
Taking turns.
As silly as it sounds. But I mean, Now I'm very happy where I'm at in the cul-de-sac. I don't have a neighbor to my right. I only have a neighbor in back of me. And I have a slope, so I don't even get to see that. And to the left of me, right to me is a park. And it's great. It works out great. I love it.
Yeah. No, that's good. I think identifying the must-haves and the things they're non-negotiable and the ones you're flexible with are really important. And really in the excitement of looking at homes and the excitement of the prospect for buying a house, it's easy to kind of get like horse blinders, and you don't see all the other stuff going on. But like I guess this is my last point in my advocacy here is like, be aware and alert of the situation you're in. Look at stuff, like slow down and take a look around. pause and listen. What sounds do you
Yeah.
hear? Is there a helicopter going over every 10 seconds? Is there a dog barking next door? Whatever it might be, but just, take a minute and really take inventory of what's happening around
Yeah.
you in that place that you're looking at.
Yeah, and this is first time home buyers, in summer of 2025. Another thing to consider, Andy, is we have more choices. A year ago, we were only at 400 some thousand homes available nationwide. Right now, currently, last week, we're at 796,000. So that actually, they're seeing more inventory. And now that we're in the summer, there will be more inventory. So just because your offer was accepted, I always consider keep yourself on the search list, because you never know when you do your home inspection, you may find flaws that you didn't think you saw when you first walked through it. Because we remember we're walking, we get excited. It's just emotions are going. You see, oh, this could be the baby's room, and that, and so you kind of lose track of sight with that. But then there's another home that pops up in the same area with more upgrades or a larger garage, then there's more that you can do. You're like, well, wait a minute, I can get that one $5,000, 5,000 less, and the home inspection didn't work out over here because I had it. Let's put an offer and let's see how that looks, right? Or also keep in mind that there's an appraisal that needs to be conducted, and if the value comes in low, now you have to go back to negotiation. Where maybe just keep your options open. So important.
Yeah.
This is the biggest purchase you're going to make in your life. And us as a lender, since we're getting you into the biggest debt of your life, one, we want you to be happy with your choice, sincerely. And we want you to just be happy that, okay, I'm going to make this payment because it takes a lot of sacrifice to do, and that doesn't go unnoticed. Just, we want to make sure that this is the one.